Hello? Anybody there?
Harry, you scared me. What are you doing here?
I must be too tired. I wrote my essay for 7 hours.
If you finish your essay, why you are still here?
I'm not finished and it's due tomorrow. Francesca, did you already see anything supernatural?
When?
Like ever in your life?
In my life, where else could I see you?
I mean, in your life? In the past, not now. Well, I heard some rumors about this building. Guy studied here for 6 months and he told me about this place that since somebody got murdered years ago.
Guy? Oh my god, he is like so cute.
No, Francesca, you missed my point.
When? The haunted is finished, right?
No, like it already is haunted, like still.
Wait a minute. Guy still studies here?
Call the police. The signal is died.
When?
Come on, come on. Francesca.
Psychologist Sigmund Freud believed that the things we feared most, things we pushed down deep into our memories, can return in another form. He called this return the uncanny. I believe we can see this in language learning too. Often when a student finds a grammar point too confusing, they exile it deep into the dark corners of their minds, believing it'll remain there forever and that they'll never need to use it. I'm Teacher Paul, and in this series, we're exploring the strange and confusing aspects of the English language. And in this episode, we'll take a look at what makes present perfect one such nightmare for students trying to communicate accurately. If this is your goal, keep your eye on these dark corners. Sooner or later, something uncanny might emerge from them. If Freud is right, it might even be English weirdness.
Teacher, I'm really glad that I found you. I saw a ghost eagle.
When?
Why are you dressed like that?
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to get into the Halloween spirit a little bit.
Dude, that's kinda lame.
Sorry.
Anyways, this school is really haunted.
And this is why your essay isn't finished, Haley?
I know, it sounds like a dumb excuse, but anyways, I never experienced anything like this.
Maybe what you came face to face with was your worst fear.
You mean,
Yep. English verb tense.
do you really think that's what it is?
Pretty sure of it. But don't worry. Come on, let's break it down. Take a look at this sentence. What tense are you using here?
Past tense?
So you're expressing a single action that occurred in the past, and which began and ended in the past.
No. I was trying to say I started my action in the past, but wasn't done. I was still writing my essay. Did I say it wrong, teacher?
I'm afraid you did. What you expressed was that you wrote your essay and finished it, all in the past. Let's look at another example. Tell me something, Haiti. When you said this, how did Francesca respond?
She said, when?
Why do you think she said so?
Because the time wasn't clear.
Right. Simple past expresses that an action began, happened, and ended all in the past and at some specific time. So, we need to explicitly refer to a specific time in the past, or it should be implicitly understood, as with these examples. So, did Francesca understand what specific time you were referring to?
Well, no. And I didn't specify the time. But teacher, that's because I didn't care about when. I just wanted to express my experience.
So you only wanted to emphasize that you had this experience, and it didn't matter when?
Right.
Unfortunately, this is not what you emphasized or communicated when you used simple past tense. You communicated that this action began, happened, and ended all in the past. That's what past simple communicates. Nothing more, nothing less.
It's real. It freaks me out, dude.
I get it. You see, Haiti, in all these cases, what we need is a grammar that expresses neither past tense nor present time alone. We need a grammar that expresses both of these at the same time.
Is it possible?
It is, and in fact, you have already learned it in my class a few months ago. Search deep in your memory, Haiti. Deeper.
I really can't remember such a grammar.
I'm not surprised. As I recall, when we studied it in my class, you really struggled to understand it clearly. You kept telling me, "Teacher, it's so difficult." It confused you so much, I think you quit studying it and have avoided it ever since. And this has left a dark, empty void in your ability to communicate.
But if I get stuck on it, isn't it better to just move ahead and keep learning?
I think it's better to face it. Figure it out, ask lots of questions, and even if it isn't always 100% accurate at first, keep practicing it until it is. If you don't do this, if you avoid it or push it away deep into your memory, it might slowly, one day, pop out.
Okay, teacher, what is this ghost legal grammar we are talking about?
Well, to combine the past tense and the present, there's only one verb form and tense we can use.
Okay. It's like my total nightmare, dude.
It's only scary because you haven't yet fully understood it. So let's face your fear and change that.
Okay, teacher.
First of all, I think the name of this grammar adds to the confusion about it. The word present seems clear enough, right? It indicates that this verb form relates to the present in some way. But this other word, perfect, what does this mean?
Like amazing, beautiful, super awesome.
I want you to think of this word in a different way. Think of it as meaning complete, finished, or accomplished. How about your essay? Is it perfect?
Sorry, teacher, it's incomplete.
Don't worry, you can have a little more time to finish it. So, if perfect means complete, finished, or accomplished, what does that tell us about tense?
I guess the word perfect must refer to the past tense.
Good.
So that means the grammar name really means present past?
So how do we make present perfect grammar? What's the form?
We need past tense, right?
Sort of. We know we can't use the past simple form because that expresses a single action in the past with no relationship to the present. Look at our sentence here. This word here is in what form?
Past tense.
Yes, it's the past participle of the verb. Sometimes that's the same as the past simple form. Other times it's different. You'll just have to be patient and study those. Now what about this word?
That's strange, teacher. That word is the verb have, but it's in present tense.
Exactly. Here we need a present tense auxiliary verb to express the idea of the present. Can you see what's happening here?
Yeah. The grammar name, present perfect, matches the two parts of its form.
Kinda cool, huh?
Yeah. So that means present perfect has two parts. The have or has, that means the present, and the past participle of the verb, which is the perfect past part.
Exactly.
You're right. That's not so scary.
We're usually afraid of the unknown. But if we face it and understand it, there's nothing left to fear.
Okay, teacher. Now, I know the form, but it's easy to just memorize the verb form. But I still don't understand how to use it or what it all means. That's so difficult.
It might be difficult, Haiti, but try to communicate clearly without it. That's even more difficult. So regardless of whether or not this grammar is difficult, we need it. If we don't use it, we can never accurately express the relationship between the past and the present. If you avoid it, you won't be able to express this natural aspect of reality, leaving you with a dark, supernatural, empty void in your communicative ability. Haiti, another thing that makes this grammar confusing and uncanny is that we can use the same grammar form or structure to express several distinct meanings.
Teacher, my head is spinning. I don't know what's more scary, the goosigle or English grammar.
For instance, one usage can emphasize or refer to the past, and another usage can refer to the present. So, to really grasp this ghostly ghoul, we need to face each of these uncanny variations and understand what each means.
Okay.
Let's go through them one by one. Earlier, you mentioned experiences. What is an experience?
Something that happens to us or something we do?
And do we forget about them?
No way, dude. I will never forget about seeing the goosigle. It was a terrifying experience.
Good. I don't mean it's good you were terrified, Haiti, but it is good that it helps us understand this grammar. So we can say that experiences are actions or happenings that affect us, teach us, alter us, or change how we feel.
Yeah, they really affect us. So, we never forget about them.
So let's test this idea, Haiti. Have you ever seen a ghostly ghoul?
Yeah, I saw one last night here at the school.
So this is your experience, right? And this is not something that simply happened and you forgot about it. But this experience clearly did not happen in the present, because at present, you're standing here with me in my classroom, and there's no ghoul here.
Yeah?
My sentence doesn't really ask when. It just asks if this experience happened in your life and history. Yes or no, right?
Right.
And at any point in your entire life. That's why I've included the word ever to emphasize this.
Why?
And the past experience of this action, in this case see, is expressed by this past participle verb, right?
Yes.
Then what is this word expressing?
Have means possession and it's in present tense. So, I don't know, possession?
Sure, but possess what? We agree the action of seeing a ghostly ghoul happened in the past. So what possible relationship to the present could this action have?
I don't know, teacher. It's so scary.
Well, think about this. Do you possess this past experience right now, in the present? Are you carrying it around with you, like in your pockets?
Of course not. It's past. Wait, maybe. I am still totally freaked out because of this experience.
In other words, you are still carrying your experience around with you, in the present. It continues to have an impact on you.
Yeah?
So where is this experience right now?
I don't know.
Don't give up so easily, Haiti. I think you do.
In my memory.
Bingo. You are carrying your past experience with you, in your memory.
That makes sense, teacher.
So now you can clearly see what present perfect means. You see, you actually have past experiences with you in the present. You store them in your memory, where you can see them, relive them, imagine them anytime you want. You can watch them over and over again, just like your favorite movie.
My favorite horror movie.
So, in a very real way, the past is always with us in the present.
So, I should say, I have seen a ghostly ghoul, or I have heard rumors that the school is haunted, because these are my experiences.
Yes, and to make it negative, to express an experience that has never happened, just add
Whoa, that's freaky, dude.
sure is, dude. This usage allows us to express the idea that an action has recently happened. Now, when we use this, It still means something from the past is related to the present, but the attention or reference leans towards the past, points to it, emphasizes it. We're really trying to emphasize the past action that has happened recently, such as... These all emphasize the past action slightly more than the present situation, although the present situation is affected too.
But teacher, this usage looks the same as experiences.
What we're talking about here is how to use this grammar to emphasize or mean slightly different things. After all, reality is full of slightly different things, right?
Right.
I think this is what causes a lot of the confusion. Students are used to learning new, separate, and distinct grammar points one after the other, not exploring different nuances or shades of meaning or points of emphasis. But that is what we're doing here. Remember, learning a language isn't just grammar rules. In these cases, grammar form is all the same. But each usage emphasizes and expresses something slightly distinct. It all depends on what you want your listener to focus on.
Okay, teacher. What's the next usage?
In this example, what is the past action?
Well, you told me you hurt your leg playing baseball with a soccer ball. And it still hurts. So the past action of you hurt your leg affects you today.
So you wanted to know what past action resulted in this situation.
Right. I'm worried about you, teacher.
Well, thank you, Haiti. But it is my present situation you're concerned with, right? Not my past?
I guess so. I can't change what happened, but I can be worried about you now. So yes.
And this shows us another shade of meaning with present perfect. Same grammar, but this one leans toward the present. I've hurt my leg implies that this is the reason behind my present state.
I get it, dude.
This action happened in the past. I'm certainly not playing baseball right now. But when I say I've hurt my leg, I'm really trying to emphasize the result, not the past action, right?
I think I have begun to understand.
Nice one, Haiti. How about this? When you said this, did you want to emphasize the past action or the present situation and result?
I wanted to tell you not to expect me to hand in my essay because it wasn't ready.
So the past action of not finishing it has relevance to the present. Because of the past, you cannot hand it in now.
Right. And you asked me when.
Because if you use simple past, it creates an expectation of a specific time.
I get it.
So change it.
I should say, I have finished my essay.
Good. And if you had said that before, I wouldn't have asked you when. I would have understood that you finished it in the recent past and that it was not ready to hand in the present. In that example, which are we really concerned with, the past or the present?
Well, whether or not my essay is finished, I have to hand it in today, now, so the present.
Good. So this usage of present perfect points toward the present.
Teacher, I have also heard this word yet. What does it express?
This is one of a series of words we can use with present perfect to add emphasis. We can use yet with present perfect to emphasize that something you expect to be complete is not.
That's pretty cool.
Again, when you said this, how did Francesca respond?
She said, but he is still at our school, that he wasn't finished school.
Exactly. So the focus of this sentence is not really the past. It needs to refer or point to Guy's situation in the present.
So, she should say he still studied at school. That's his present situation, teacher.
Yes, but because Guy's present situation is the result of what he did in the past, let's use present perfect.
But teacher, what about this word already? What does this express?
Excellent question. The word already emphasizes that something is in the past and it is something you don't expect to be complete. So it expresses an element of surprise.
Right.
You studied English in the past, right? Back home in Korea?
Yes, there is clearly a past action.
And because you studied it in the past, today you can speak English, right?
But actually, my English studying is not complete.
So tell me, when did you start?
When I was a child.
Let's add this idea. Now, pay attention to this word here.
Right. It's kind of time phrase, right? Time adverb?
That's right. So this usage of present perfect expresses the idea that you studied English in the past, beginning when you were a child and never stopping throughout your teenage years, and...
Like still now, right?
Exactly. This usage emphasizes the starting point of this experience. It points to it as an important aspect of this meaning. Let's express the same reality another way. So what does this usage mean?
Well, the present perfect means I studied in the past, never stopped, still studied, but it emphasizes 18 years.
Right. It emphasizes not the starting point of this experience, but the length of time or duration of it.
So, present perfect grammar form is the same, but it can express a whole bunch of meanings.
Exactly. That's why it's so useful. Now tell me something else. Are you now finished your study of English?
No way! I'm still struggling to perfectly understand present perfect, teacher.
Now you've just given us a clue about our next meaning for present perfect. You said what verb tense and form is this?
The be verb is present tense, and the action verb is progressive or continuous form, so present progressive, right?
Good. In a previous episode of English Weirdness, we learned that progressive verbs express the idea that an action is happening right now or at some specific time and are temporary.
Teacher, who are you talking to?
So tell me, in this sentence, is your action happening here, right now?
Trying? Yeah, sure.
Is it temporary?
I sure hope so, teacher.
Then we can also apply this progressive meaning to present perfect. We can express the idea that actions that began in the past and are still happening are also temporary.
You mean we can say, I have trying?
Not quite. If we do that, we lose the idea of perfect meaning. So we still need a verb in past participle form.
But what verb? Try is already our action verb.
We need the auxiliary verb be.
Cool.
And what's also cool about this is that if we connect all three words in the name, present perfect progressive, they perfectly match the parts of the grammar form structure.
That's super cool, dude.
And we can use those same time adverbs with this also.
To emphasize the starting point or the duration, right?
Exactly, dude. I'm happy to see you laugh again, Haiti.
I think I understand present perfect and present perfect progressive much better now, teacher. The past really does impact the present, but none of this explains the ghostly ghoul I have seen.
I'm certainly no expert on the supernatural. But you know, you didn't fully comprehend this particular grammar when you first learned it, so you didn't want to remember it. You tried to avoid it. Yet, you still carried it around with you. So maybe it wanted your attention and it projected itself outward until one dark night it returned.
Teacher Paul, have you ever been scared of something?
Absolutely. I had other careers before I became a teacher. And when I started teaching, I was very afraid of standing in front of a class and explaining things. I was scared my students would think I'm an idiot and not accept my lessons. I was afraid they'd never accept me as a teacher, that my own past would hurt my present chances of being accepted as a teacher.
I had no idea. You seem like confident.
I am, now, because I've faced my fear of teaching. Confidence comes from taking a chance and facing your fears, Haiti, not from avoiding them.
You're right, teacher. I have been acting like a scared baby.
And is this action finished?
It is. So, I should say, I have acted like a scared baby, but now I'm gonna face my fears.
You've got it. Remember, if you don't face your fears, they'll return and haunt you.
You mean the ghost eagle we saw was really just my hidden memory of present perfect?
Teacher Paul? Teacher Paul?
It's just English weirdness. 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 Oh!
That hurts!
Gee! Why?
It's Halloween. I'm supposed to scare you.
Halloween isn't until next week.
I prepared my costume.
When? Teacher Paul was right. There's really nothing uncanny about present perfect. Jeez.
What?
Never mind.
What are you doing here so late?
Well, I have been working on my essay for 4 hours and it's not done. And it's due tomorrow. Or is it?
Well, I'm sorry to scare you, Haiti. Wanna go for pizza? My treat?
Well, okay. For tonight, I have written everything I can.
Haiti, you talk funny.
Dude, you're just jealous because my grammar is good now and yours is still weird.
I guess so.
But don't worry, weirdness is cool.